South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has welcomed the return of 4 men who were trapped in Russia after allegedly being recruited to serve the Russian army. The 4 are part of a group of 17 men who fell victim to the alleged syndicate to remain in Russia, with one in hospital in Moscow, while another is awaiting the finalization of his travel arrangements. The SABC's Jabulani Khumalo has more. For a look at the impact of the recruitments, what it's been like on the men's families, we are joined now by Jabulani Khumalo, who speaks on behalf of the families. Mr. Khumalo, very good evening to you, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, can you just tell us if you have a relative that was part of the group that returned, or one that is still abroad?
No. I don't have a family member that is part of this group. I came to know about this because those people that traffic our men used the MK party as a entity for them to traffic these people. And because I'm the founder of MK, I started getting calls from the families to say, please, can you assist us? Because the people that has trafficked our men to Russia are now not helping us. So that's how I came in. Then I started helping them.
Okay, Bab Khumalo, I'm going to ask you to please switch your video back on. While you do that, can you help answer the question on the connection between MK and these young men who found themselves there?
Yes. What has happened is that when these men were recruited, they were recruited under the name of Umkhonto Wesizwe to go to Russia for the training as bodyguards for the leadership of Umkhonto Wesizwe party, of which we, as the directors and the founders of MKP, we were not happy with that, because they were using the party for a wrong reason. That's when we then decided, no, when these calls came, we will then fight these people who have sold our men to the war in Russia.
We're speaking to Jabulani Khumalo, who is speaking on behalf of the families of the young men who found themselves on the front lines of Russia's war with Ukraine. And he says his involvement is as a result of these families reaching out to him, as he says, as a founder of MK. He says he was, in fact, just about to explain to us how MK got involved in this and what was the role of those MK members who, their involvement in terms of these young men finding themselves abroad. Mr. Khumalo, you back with us?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. So can you just explain to us who in MK was involved in the recruitment? Was this something known to MK?
No, ma'am. This was not known to us as the directors and the founders of MKP. But what happened is that those people that hijacked Umkhonto Wesizwe from us, which is Duduzile Sambula Zuma and her father, Jacob Zuma, they are the people that were involved in this recruitment and in the arrangement, sending the men to Russia to be mercenaries, instead of what they loot them to be a job to train as a bodyguard.
You are saying this as a matter of fact. You are not saying it's an allegation. You are saying categorically that she is guilty of that. And if this is the case, what evidence, what proof is there of it? Because she has denied the allegations in the past.
Well, she has denied the allegation and went and opened the case, which was the evidence, which is evidence enough for her to say that she knew, because she says she was also misled by the agent in Russia. So that means she did recruit these men and send them to Russia through that agent from Russia.
Let's talk about these young men. What have they reported back on how they left the country? What happened when they arrived in Russia?
According to the information that we were given by the parents or the families that contacted us, was that these men, when they were recruited, they were told that they're going to work to get the training in Russia. Their passports were arranged. Their visas were also arranged. And all they needed was their bags with their bodies to get into the plane and go to Russia to start the training.
So when they arrived in Russia, what happened?
When they arrived in Russia, they were given forms, which was in a Russian language to fill. They saying they started by refusing, but Tutuzile encouraged them and said to them, no, look guys, this is unethical. I have also signed it. I'm also here, so you don't need to be worried. Just sign, because this is what it is. So explaining in English from the form. Then they signed the form, understanding that what she was telling them was correct.
And what was she telling them? What were they signing according to their knowledge and understanding?
They were signing a contract to start the training according to what she said, but only when they were in the trenches of Russia. That's when they understood that no, the form was not saying that they're there to train as the bodyguards, but they are coming there to assist in the fight, in the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Do the young men say how long, according to what you're telling us, Tutuzile Zuma Sambudla was there in Russia with them? Was there an interpreter, an English interpreter, at any point during their interaction with her and Russian officials?
Yes, they say there was the man who was interpreting, and also assisted by Tutuzile to give them comfort. As to how long she stayed there, I didn't follow that one very thorough, but she was there for some time just to make them to be comfortable.
So do they say who met them at the airport? As in, was it somebody who is an official of the Russian military? One wants to understand the level of state involvement, if at all.
No, they were accepted by the agent in Russia who was saying that he's standing for the government. And that we understand that that's the very same people that paid for them to get there.
Okay. So when they got to wherever they were taken to, as you say, it's only when they realized, when they were in the trenches, that they had basically waived their rights to whatever their understanding is, and that they were there to fight. What happened to them? Was there any form of abuse? What is their mental, physical, emotional health like following that experience?
What they told us is that after 1 week training, they went to the trenches, but they find that's when they started to realize that no, they are not in the training, but they are now in the front lines of the war. Because when they were given guns to go to the war, to the trenches, that's when they understood that no, we are now fighting. We are no longer training. That's when they started getting harassed, because when they were saying, no, but we are not here to fight, we are here to train, they were told, no, we paid you for you to be here, not to be trained. This is where you are here.
How were they able to escape or leave Russia, given the fact that they'd signed over a quiescence to fight in the war? So meaning it sounds like there was a legal contract of sorts to keep them there fighting.
No, what has happened is that after they asked us to assist, we started talking to the to DECO and to the Minister of DECO to say, please assist. There are these men that we understand they were lured to get to Russia, and they've been trafficked there because now what they were promised is not what is happening. Then we started talking, and then the department started to engage, and then the minister started engaging also his counterpart that side. We managed to talk now and again until the minister and the president decided to talk to the Russian president to get them back. That's how they got back.
Okay.
In actual fact, they are not all back, only 4 are back, but the others are on the way.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Much appreciated. That there is Jabulani Khumalo, who speaks on behalf of the families of the young men who were lured, as he says, to Russia to fight on the front lines. But it was with the understanding when they initially left South Africa that they were getting training to be bodyguards. But as we know, the rest is a very sad history that is still ongoing for some. It brings the time to 21 minutes past 9.